5,805 pounds, the ultra-popular half-ton towable family camping 26BH Grey Wolf here at Haylet RV of Coldwater, Michigan. Gives you a super slide for those rainy days. We've got a direct entry bathroom and a neat little sort of mini outside kitchenette exclusive to the Grey Wolf family of campers here. It brings 10 pounds of features to a 5-pound sack, and whether it's going to be your first one or you're upgrading from something like a pop-up or something without a slide out, you're going to be happy either way. Now, whether you're coming in from the rear bathroom direct entry door like I just did, or you come in from the front, I guess you call it main entry door, whichever one you want to call the main door, you will see you can easily navigate this entire RV with the slide closed, as we're doing currently. And even the entertainment center cabinets, every single thing, you lose out on absolutely nothing when this camper is closed. You can get to every single ounce of storage, the refrigerator, all of the sleeping. The slide just makes this floor plan so much better. And what a world of difference that makes, right? It always, people like, they always think I'm just making stuff up when I say for every inch deep a slide out is, it feels like you get two inside the camper. And there you folks go. You got to see exactly what I was talking about right there. Now there's a full cosmetic facelift going on compared to the previous generation, both inside and outside. And there's a few little equipment differences, but nothing really major. This is really the same Grey Wolf that it has been, which is a great thing, guys, because the Cherokee family of campers is the second best-selling overall and one of the very fastest growing overall out there. Do the math and you can kind of figure out very quickly this is a very popular brand that a lot of folks are looking for. And it's a good thing that we stock them pretty deep here at Haylet RV because we can blow through these a lot faster than they can rebuild them most of the time. Now, there's a couple things that are kind of polarizing. Like, some people are go, you know what? I'm not really into all these blue LED lights inside of these campers. Well, the good news is that if I can find the switch, you don't really have to use them. They're there if you want them. Now, they are a very handy night light if you enter what I call stealth mode, which is with all your main cabin lights shut off and the all your window shades drawn. So like evening privacy mode, I guess you could call it. For some reason I call it stealth mode. I don't know, because I grew up in the 80s and stealth mode sounded cool. Now, you've got maximum size breeze windows there. You can see how both those open for airflow. But you'll also notice to the right of that, you see that little black box on next to that window? That is a USB charging plug, and it's also 12 volt operated. So that is a neat little boondock friendly feature that they have here. A lot of brands have adopted this sofa with that little cinema style armrest there. And you can kind of thank Cherokee for it. They were one of the brands that really made that thing cool. They brought that to the forefront before a lot of models did. Now, we'll come back to this dinette in just a second. Before I get all that open, I do want to look over here at these double bunks. So you notice that there is a ladder to be able to get the kids to the upper bed there. There's also two curtains. So if you want to draw the left curtain to close off the bottom bunk, you can. And then you can draw the right curtain to close off the top bunk. And they kind of meet in the middle up there. So it doesn't matter if you're up or down. You know, you always have privacy. You always have your own thing. And there are like household and USB outlets for those as well. So once again, on a rainy day, you know, when you need every ounce of space in the floor plan that you can to give the family all the room that you need. You've got plenty of room to keep kids and devices running, charged up, to keep everybody from getting on each other's nerves. Now, both sides of the dinette are going to enjoy the benefit of these 40-inch full extension plywood box drawers right here. So that big, heavy stuff, or even a bunch of little stuff, it can never slide around in transit and slide to the back of the dinette there, which can make it a little bit more difficult to get to. Now, this model does good storage in a couple places, but one of the ones that I think is most impressive is over there at that extra large pantry space. And we'll get there in just a second, but a couple cool things I want to point out. Grey Wolf models have cabinet ducted heating, not floor ducted heating, which means that you have a completely carpetless main deck due to the fact that this has an above the floor slide. So our main deck is totally carpetless, no heat vents in the floor. Easier to keep clean for the family. And then above here, of course, we do have LED lights and central air, but we've also got the skylight with that shade, so that if you want some extra natural ambient light, this thing lights up very nicely inside for what a lot of people will often think of or refer to as more of an entry-level camper. This one has a really high-level equipment package. You know, lots of lighting in the kitchen. You can see that there's lots of lights above and below that upper cabinet level there, so you can always have a really good look at what you're seeing. Now you can also see those sleek looking bevel glass inserts on the cabinets there, and those are full depth cabinets. Notice how they don't recess back in relation to the microwave. They didn't try to cheat space there. We'll come back to the remainder of the kitchen in a minute. Back to the pantry space over here. I like that it's not what I call toothpick pantry. It's wide, not just tall and thin, so you don't have to go what I call armpit deep to try to get into it. This is a lot of storage. Whether you're going to use this thing just to feed the whole family, or whether you're going to use this thing to keep some extra linens, towels, extra kids' clothes, giant shoe garage at the bottom, whatever it's going to be, it has more than enough space to be and do any and all of those things. Now, the bathroom has a direct entry door here, but don't have a heart attack about that. A lot of people are like, oh, I'm worried about privacy. It's got a deadbolt lock. We'll talk more about that outside. Something I don't want to miss here in the bathroom, because it's an easy thing to overlook, is the larger vent fan that you have in these. That provides a significantly greater amount of airflow as compared to those normal 4-inch cheaper plastic fans, and basically whole house airflow. And that's actually exactly why this door is slotted. That's why it doesn't go all the way to the ceiling, because hot air rises, and if you want to exhaust that hot air, whether you're cooking, whether you're doing anything, you're going to enjoy the fact you have that bigger fan that's not a one-room fan, but a whole house supporting fan. Now, this does have full surround paneling in the shower. You have to really watch out, because there are some brands that will just simply use a white Luan wallboard around the shower to give you the impression of a shower surround panel, even though it's not there. Now, if you find a camper like that, like if a camper doesn't have shower surround paneling, it's actually not the end of the world, guys. All you do when you're done bathing, you take your towel and you just quickly wipe down the walls one time and you're good. It's not a big deal, but it's one more thing that you have to do that this Grey Wolf doesn't have to do. Now, you've also got a big corner vanity here and a big medicine cabinet with that extra large mirror and a larger sink. Those are two like classic Forest River features that the Cherokee brand just never forgot. And you might notice here, whether it's the kitchen, the bathroom, or even the dining table, or even around the entertainment center, all the countertops are a pressed edge sealed membrane so that water can't get in and penetrate there. Now, over here, it's a bunk model. We've got tons of storage space, but we've also got some bonus super slide seating space that can fold down and give you some extra sleepers. And here's what I call stealth mode. And this is when you appreciate that little accent lighting right there. When we pull all the shades, we shut off all the main cabin lights. Here's what she looks like. And what's nice about this is it's still light enough to be able to navigate the cabin, but no one ever gets like really blinded. Now, a couple neat things. You've got stove lighting here, just little backlit knobs on those stoves. You can turn those off just like the blue accent lights. And one thing I don't have turned on currently, because it does require 110 power, is you can turn on the LED element inside that electric space heating fireplace for a heatless visual only and get a little extra lighting in here. So whether, you've got a kiddo a little afraid of the dark, you need everyone to be able to see to get to the bathroom at night, or if you're just trying to get everybody settled down from movie night or something like that, and you're trying to slow their little busy bodies down, this is an easy way to accomplish all that. Now, whether you just prefer to keep your bedroom privatized off, or if it is evening time, what is nice here is we do have those sliding privacy doors for the bedroom in the Grey Wolf series to kind of give mom and dad, grandpa and grandpa, whoever the owners might be, the nice sort of segregated sleeping space up front. Now, speaking of entertainment, these don't typically include a TV here from Haylett RV, although it's not like it's a hard thing to add. And that's the thing, is that what we found is that for less money, we can get you an equal sized or bigger and better quality TV from the big box store of your choice, or just like order it from Amazon. And it will save you less than trying to get one of these from the factory. But it has a neat little quick release inside-outside mount, and you see the little black grommet above that, below the hookups and above the mount. That is a little spot where if you want to feed some cables into the bedroom, you don't have a spinning TV here, which can cause little gaps in privacy. but you can mount a TV in the bedroom area if you're so inclined. Now you've got a handy little entertainment expansion option here. On the left, we've got a Bluetooth stereo with HDMI inputs and a cool little like shelf here if you want to add a Blu-ray or a satellite or anything. You've got plenty of space to do it. Great little DVD pocket below that. And I mentioned it earlier, but electric space heating fireplace, so you can have some bonus heat without burning up your propane, with a handy little clutter cutting shoe garage right when you walk in, because if you got a bunkhouse like this, you got lots of feet, and lots of feet mean lots of shoes. Little differences, I don't know that it's better, it's just different, and sometimes I like different, is that they use 2 bigger drawers instead of 3 smaller ones. And they tend to be a little more like spatula friendly, tongs friendly, big stuff friendly, that could often, block a normal door from opening. Cool little wastebasket space below the sink there. And notice that beautiful stainless steel face sticking out at us. This is a very home style skirted stainless farm sink. But before I open that up, I wanted you to get to see, you actually have a good amount of prep space here, because those sealed edge counters allow for a recessed sink, and you can see that they also flush mounted the stove with this handy tempered glass cover. So you are getting a fair kick of prep area and space here. Now, to give you an idea, that's kind of the material and thickness, and there is a little nub, little bumper on the end there, so that this thing doesn't just like fall off in transit. I'm just going to set that there for now. So here, large stainless farm sink. So if you actually want to get in here and get some big stuff cleaned, or maybe do a little baby bath, you have the ability to do that well. Remember, lots of lights in this kitchen. They actually call it the Cherokee Super Kitchen. And full depth cabinet. Now I went ahead and I pulled the shade on this because it was giving me some wicked indirect light, because that thing really can pump a lot of light in here. Now let's slide up here to the bedroom past these little outlets. Now one thing I did up in the bedroom is I have all the lights off currently, so that you can see kind of the benefit of these extra large windows that they have in here. Now, if you are so inclined, you do have good lighting in this bedroom. You've got a 1, 2, 3 thing. You've got the sort of main cabin light, and then you've got a little individual, I guess you call it like a his and hers sort of reading lamp situation. So if you really do want to brighten it up in here, it's definitely got the power to do so. Now, note little details here, like we have a full overhead cabinet as compared to a little dollar cheaper overhead shelf. It's little variances like that that separate the Cherokee and Grey Wolf family, like that extra large window, the full length, fully mirrored wardrobes to reflect more light around, and then on both sides of the bed, you have both household and USB plugs, so that no matter what you're using, heat blanket, CPAP, phone chargers, you can keep anything and everything you want individualized to each side of the bed and not have to decide who sleeps where or who sleeps comfortably. Now, the full interior, exterior cosmetic updates on these have been very well received, and for good reason. They look absolutely phenomenal. This thing, instead of looking old and tired like Grandpa's camper, it looks very cool and modern. And I didn't really mind how it looked before, because I grew up camping when it looked old and tired like Grandpa's camper, but I also like when stuff kind of updates and facelifts and refreshes. Up front here, we've got an extremely thick aluminum nose sweep on this, so you might look at it and go, oh yeah, I know, it's a nice smooth radius up front, but it's more than just that. It's actually like 2.5 times thicker than the sidewall skin, so effectively the whole nose of this thing is pretty much like diamond plate, except it doesn't look like diamond plate. It looks sleek and smooth and attractive. Now the nice thing here, being fully automotive painted on any of that aluminum there, it'll be a lot more resistant to things like oxidation as compared to a fiberglass nose sweep. Now, neat little detail here. This is one of the things that separates Grey Wolf from the technical big brother Cherokee, even though they're virtually the same identical camper. And that is that we have an integrated A-frame here, as compared to the Cherokee series, which actually has the A-frame tongue mounted under the body of the chassis, which lifts the whole body of the coach up. Couple things that does for us. It keeps the entire camper a little bit lower to the ground, lower center of towing gravity, lower overhead clearance, a little bit less wind resistance as a result. So, Cherokee models are very often half-ton towable. Grey Wolf models are always very half-ton towable. They also use a different slide mechanism. It's a self-adjusting slide out, so that you never need to ever have to go to a service shop and get that thing tweaked if you hit a really hard pothole on the road or something like that. It won't throw your slide out of alignment. Every time you fully open or close it, it'll go through a little self-service adjustment phase. And you can see how they're still using that nice seal gripping slide wall on the side here. Like we talked about or saw inside, we've got those maximum size, max view windows here to give you plenty of light, plenty of airflow, although as you can see, we still have those pleated shades giving you plenty of block out here. Now, back here, a couple cool things. This is a pretty action-packed back end of a camper, which is not normally the case. So we've got kind of a all-in-one hookup station back here, full outside utility shower, and that's actually shower number 1 of 2. There's another one over there on that mini outside kitchenette that we'll see in more detail in a few minutes. So that's a neat thing here. They're not giving you one of those, but 2, which, man, I'm telling you, it sounds dumb, guys. But as a person who goes camping, those things are so handy. You always find a use and a purpose for them. Now, they also give you a very nice bright white courtesy light here for your dump station. And it's on a separate switch, so it's not going to be on all the time blinding the neighbors. It's only on when you need it, on when you need to come out here, take care of your business, and then go back inside and turn it off. Here's a cool thing. Big, full storage cavity under these bunks. Sometimes the manufacturer will actually sacrifice this space to kind of hide the water heater, and you'll notice that obviously the Cherokee Grey Wolf team found a different place for it. But an easy thing to overlook is the fact that around the wood framing around that baggage door, it's hit with a really heavy application of an anti-wicking treatment, so that on a day like this where it was kind of rainy or drizzly, or maybe just overnight when a whole bunch of dew and condensation settles on the trailer, when you open that baggage door, if a little bit of that water dribbles on the little wood framing, no big deal. It's not going to soak up, you know. 200-pound rated cargo rack on the back here, also doubles as a spare tire holder, but what's cool, you do not need to take the spare tire off to operate that. Now, these are very neat for several reasons, whether you just want to bring along some extra coolers, totes, or even a small generator. You know, or bikes. You have the ability to bring all of those things along without voiding your factory warranty. And that's something that it seems like not a lot of brands really appreciate or pay attention to anymore. As we saw inside, we do have a direct entry bathroom door out here. And that's one of those things that kind of spooks first-time RVers sometimes, because you walk around the corner and I've got this door open and you're like, oh my God, I don't want people looking at me when I'm on the toilet. Well, they're not going to for several reasons. One, I'm sure you would have the presence of mind to close the door. Secondly, you're not going to have to worry about somebody barging in on you, because this door is just like your main entry door. It has a deadbolt lock that you can reach when you're from the toilet, so that, you know, you have the peace of mind and security to comfortably, at your own leisure, do your business. Now, this will cut down on dirt and foot traffic in the RV dramatically. Especially nice when you can just hose the kids off and then send them straight inside. Now, it'll throw some people off why the black tank flush is over here, but remember, the bathroom is over here, so that's the most direct route to reach the black tank to get proper flushing action. Our power awning over here, you can see that LED lighting underneath doing a great job, even in kind of an overcast day, but it does quite a bit of work for us, actually. Awning does have tilt adjust. It is an auto rain dump awning. Now, matching those awning lights are your your speaker backlights. That's probably the better way for me to go about saying that. And you'll notice a matching TV mounting station like we saw inside we have out here as well. So if you do choose to add a TV to this, you can move it around multiple locations. Our tires have these slick looking mag wheels, and if you get close to the valve stem caps, you see these little green things on them. That's telling me that at a glance, this thing has proper tire pressure. It's not underinflated, which is the #1 cause of flats in the RV business, or in trailers in general, is improper tire inflation. So at a glance, I can tell you this one has proper tire inflation. It'll flip from green to red if not. Now, what we're looking at here is it's an optional piece of equipment called the Deluxe Mini Outside Camp Kitchen with Ice Maker. That's the full name of that option. It's obviously very descriptive. It's not jazzed up whatsoever. What we have here is this handy little like pull-out burner station and little dog dish style sink. But we've also got a refrigerator, which, like the bathroom, fridge and bathroom are the two primary reasons people are in and out of the camper all the time. Well, now you've just eliminated the need for them to track dirt and foot traffic through the RV entirely. And you can see we've got a full-on kitchen and entertainment station going on here. But what's cool about this is usually in a one-slide half-ton segment, a direct entry bathroom floor plan does not typically have an outside kitchen. Models like this, models like the Cougar 29 BHS will, you know, break that sort of rule, but it is still very, very uncommon. Now, as the name of the whole option implies, we do also have an ice maker out here, and my understanding, what I've heard from people, is that thing will keep up. As long as you got water coming to it, it will keep up just fine. You can see we've got the bigger entry handle for easy coming and going. We also have this anti-slam entry door so that it doesn't bang and smash into anything, which is always a welcome feature. And of course, down below we've got our MORryde stable steps with those adjustable foot pegs, getting properly married up to just about any campsite that you know, you could throw them at. Now, we do have a simple solar prep plug, there we go, up here next to this big baggage compartment, and you can see that you have plenty of room, whether it is solar kits, totes, chairs, just about anything else you can imagine. Plenty of room for it. So she brings a lot to bear. You know, there's a lot of good features going on. This is a excellent balance of features, you know, price tag, value, equipment. There's a reason this might still be the most popular bunkhouse model from the Cherokee family. I wouldn't be surprised. So give us a call, guys. We don't do hidden dealer fees, but we do everything else like hitching, pieces, parts, trades, finance, truck and trailer package deals, RV delivery, and everything between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone.